First of all, I believe that your greatest strength, and there's a lot of strengths, but I believe your greatest one is your starts. So why are your starts so good? What is it about your program that you believe makes you so good out of the gate?
I kind of want to disagree a little bit because I feel like on a lot of my strengths with starts is when it's a lot tackier tracks. Like last weekend we had grip out of the gate. Tracks I've had grip at like Detroit, Arlington, all those ones that have grip like right out of the gate with the dirt, I've normally been pretty good at. But if you look at the ones also that had a little bit harder base, so like Glendale, Anaheim 2, starts weren't as great. We kind of maybe figured out a little bit in the end to be up there, but still it wasn't fantastic. So I think I wouldn't say it's one of my strong points. I think on grippier dirt, yeah, it definitely is a big help on that. But yeah.
Yeah, so I presumed that since the start of the season you'd made a step with starts. Actually, you haven't, and it's just coincidence that we keep having soft, tacky tracks.
I think it's that, yeah. We've definitely worked on our starts for drier stuff. I mean, we've gone through it. We haven't had a dry race yet in a bit to kind of test, like, well, not a dry race, a dry hard pack track to really kind of test that out. So it's we haven't really sorted the starts out yet, but we think we might have. But it's like golf. It's like, I sorted it out, and then we go and it's still the same. So we'll see.
Have you ever had confidence like this? Like, do you feel different in yourself?
Honestly, surprisingly, no. I think it's still the same confidence that I've had in other racing. I feel like I had, like, just because the class right now is so high, it's like you can't get too confident because, I mean, Kenny the weekend before, Coop was on my ass in the weekend Birmingham, and then this weekend it was Kenny. So, I mean, you never know who can come and get you. Like this weekend, AP could be back, or Tomac could be back and beat me. So it's like it's a tough field just because you don't know who's feeling good that day because everyone's just so close in speed. So it's like whoever's feeling really good that day has a chance to win, you know. So
have you spent enough time in 450s to like know how to race for guys differently depending on how they ride, or is it still too early for you to figure out each guy's plan?
I think I know a few guys just because of outdoors. I got to race them a bit. There's obviously some guys I haven't really got to race one-on-one yet that I haven't fully learned. So it's still, like you said, it's still too early to tell kind of thing. It's still learning a few other guys. And
last one, how can you get better? What do you believe you need to work on besides starts on hard pack tracks? How can you get better?
I mean, there's always stuff that you can be better on. You're never perfect. I mean, last weekend, I think where Kenny was better than me at was those first few laps of the explosive. I think he was really good at that. So maybe that stuff, like there's always small things I can be better at, you know. So it's it's a never ending. Where can I be better at kind of thing. It never stops.
First off, we're over the halfway point now. So give me your grade for your season so far, being honest.
That's a good question. I'd say overall, probably a solid A, you know, A minus. Obviously, there's things you want to be better at. I think, you know, some of the bad races, I wish I didn't have those and those bad results. But then the good races have been pretty good for me so far, and I'm in a solid spot, second in the championship. Last weekend was tough, you know, we lost a good bit, but overall, yeah, solid A.
I guess the best way to put it is like this year your highs have been higher, but also your lows have been a little lower than last year. Like last year you were steady Eddie, kinda.
No, for sure. I think, like you said, the highs have been really high, the lows have been a little bit lower. I mean, I think we've been dealt definitely more adversity so far this year, and just, yeah, like you said, I've been like Anaheim. I look at it like, man, I rode so great, but then it was a P6, right? So I think just stuff like that, and you know, like I said, even in San Fran in the mud, like that's probably worst race I've had in a long time. But then, you know, was able to come out next weekend and win at A2. So just stuff like that. It's like I said, really good, but also really bad. But overall, my speed's been great, my fitness been great, my starts have been great. Like I said, what I bring to the table, I feel like has been really good. So that's why I rate it an A.
It feels like you've got a better perspective this year. Like you can finish second and rather just be pissed that you didn't win, you can sit back and go like, yeah, this was actually good, I'm happy with this. Whereas in the past, maybe anything except for a win would piss you off.
Yeah, you know, I think I think now I'm getting to the point where like I go with how I rode, right? So like, you know, if in the past if I didn't ride well and didn't get a good result, then I'd be bummed. to where I feel like there's been some main events this year where I've rode extremely well and just didn't get the win or even maybe on the podium. So I think that's kind of the difference, but it's also the level that I think we're at right now is I think we're all riding at our best. I mean, I look at least for myself, if, you know, comparing it to last year, I think everybody on the line that's going for championship is riding twice as good. So that's what you got to put in perspective too.
Last one. What would you say your weakness is at the moment and this year? Like, is there one specific part of the program that, you see as a weakness?
Honestly, no. I think, like I said, across the board, I mean, Jett's just Jett, right? So I think that's what's tough is guy's such a good starter. He's fast, he's fit, he's strong, he's mentally strong. So he's just hard to beat, right? But I think for myself, like I said, overall, my starts have been really good. My speed has been really good. I'm strong at the beginning of races, strong at the end of races. I've made, races I haven't gotten good starts. I've made great passes and have come close to the lead or on the podium, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I think, like I said, looking back, you want to, Glendale was not a great one for me. The 11th at San Fran wasn't a great one. Just stuff like that you wish you could go back and take those points or take those nights. But overall, I'm pretty happy with everything.
First of all, and maybe this will be a hard question for you to answer, but do it truthfully. Looking back on your season so far, give yourself a grade based on how you've performed. Honestly.
We allowed to curse on this show?
Yes.
Shit.
That's not a grade. I don't know, did you get a shit grade in school? Was that teacher just wrote shit?
Should have. ADD in school, don't mix.
Be honest.
Oh, like a 1 to 10 scale, it's been a solid 1.
I was really worried about where that was going.
I'm not going to use the negative chart because we did get. Oh no, it's been awful actually. Yeah, I'll take a 1.
Okay.
But we're the last 2 weekends, like the results aren't like what we want, but the speed and the riding is almost there now. It's like we're comfortable and we got a good spot, but now we just need to break through, build the confidence back up, which this weekend's a good weekend for that. I've had three weeks on the same package, haven't changed anything. I'm happy. So yeah, 2 weeks ago, it's been such an average season, just like such a bummer, just wasn't able to ride like myself and do things that I wanted to do on the bike. So yeah, very average. We had that one race in San Diego that was muddy and I was, got a podium, which that was cool. That was, a high of the year so far. But yeah, the last 2 weekends we've progressed a lot. The results may not show that, but other than that, yeah, good.
Yeah, you can see in the riding that the last 2 weeks have been a lot better.
Yeah.
So now what is it that's going to make the difference to put you back on the box? Is it just confidence, like you say?
Yeah, I think confidence and putting myself in that place with the other guys that I haven't been able to, keep up with or be competitive with all season. So I've done 2 weeks of that now, so I feel like I'm ready, for sure, definitely ready. So I feel like everything. Once you get comfortable and then you're comfortable on the bike, you can work on these little things that you've been kind of neglecting. So yeah, I feel like it's all there. I just need to go.
It's crazy to say because you've been racing these guys for 12 years, 11 years.
Yeah.
But now that you're back at the front, when you're battling with them, you're like, oh shit,
no,
I
it's
forgot
nice.
what this is like.
No, it was nice last weekend, like just racing the guys, and it's more racecraft. Before I was riding all season, I was riding in a position where it was just so miserable and not fun and can't battle, getting past, like it was just not fun. Now racing's fun again. The last 2 weekends have been fun because I've been able to be, where I belong, battling, having fun with it. The starts weren't there, so I wasn't up front to really battle up front. But yeah, better heat races, better temp qualifying. It just makes for a lot better day. But like I was telling someone this week, this sport is like, as an athlete racer, it's such a roller coaster, and there's these highs and lows, and if you ride the low, you won't come back, So for me, I've kept super positive, like, hey, when we figure this out, it's good. And the last 2 weekends have shown that. And like even last weekend, I got a little overly excited in one of the main events, and like drove it in hard, but then realized last minute, and then I crashed. So like just getting back in that position of speed and aggression and all that kind of stuff, it takes a little time, but I've been experiencing it for 2 weeks now, so that's good.
Maybe this is an exaggeration, but I feel like you found the light at the end of the tunnel. So
Yeah.
was there a moment earlier in the season where you felt you would never find this light?
Ooh, when we spoke at Daytona, it was bad.
I got that vibe.
Yeah,
I did get that vibe.
It was bad. It was bad. We were just doing these circles and this roller coaster, and it was just this roller coaster was on this circle, and we just kept trying stuff, but we never got out of this circle. So we finally broke out of the circle, and that was a low part of the season, that's for sure.
So the plan now, salvage what you can through the rest of Supercross, and then you can look forward to outdoors,
Yeah.
a fresh start. That should be like,
Yeah.
another opportunity for you.
Absolutely, yeah. It's, motocross, super motocross. There's a lot of races, so I think right now for me, it's like results. We're getting back on the podium, having fun with it. That's the biggest thing, and then I'm ready to start focusing on a little bit of motocross testing and things like that. Try to get a jump start, which I think everybody probably will on the off weekend. That's just how it goes. But just now I'm comfortable on a setup. Try to keep that setup for the rest of the season, and looking forward to outdoors. That's for sure. Fresh start, and hopefully be in the right spot.
First of all, I'm very confused because you fractured your scapula, missed 1 week, and came back and were basically normal. And I don't know how that's possible.
We weren't normal.
But you didn't suck.
We weren't in the top 5. We weren't normal.
But you didn't suck, and I expect,
fuck.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm an animal, I guess.
Like, could you not have raced Birmingham then?
It was really on my mind, but no, I couldn't have raced. It was progressing pretty good. I mean, it's still by no means 100%, but from the doctor's words, quote unquote, you can't do any more harm to it by riding, which for a doctor to say, I mean, they're very, very conservative. We're happy to be out. We rode the week before we did Tuesday, Wednesday, but we just very minimal. Obviously you don't want to inflare it, and then you're like, all right, Tuesday, okay, it feels like this, and you're like, okay, we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, see Dr. G Friday, it should get better, and so you're kind of guessing and like anticipating it being at this percentage by Saturday, so which it was a little better, but it's tough, riding at home on the farm where everything's so comfortable, and then racing on the weekend, especially the Triple Crown. That track I think was probably the most physically demanding track we've had, at least for me anyway, very loading on the upper body, which is probably not what we needed for what we were dealing with, but I was happy to be back.
You've pushed through a lot of injuries in your career. Does this even rank in the top 5 on like a pain scale?
No, not pain scale. I'm trying to think. It's more like it just restricts you. Because you need especially in the Triple Crowns where it's such a short sprint explosive, what we were working on a lot was the first 5 minutes of the main, just pushing as hard as I can to keep as close to the front guys, and Dallas and Phoenix were a lot better. Daytona was looking to be really my best race yet. We were riding really well and pushing forward on 4th, and so it's tough. It's kind of like just being held back a little bit. That's all it's holding me back at the moment. So that's kind of why it's priority just during the week, try and get it back to 100%, and keep my finger in the pie.
I'm guessing the plan now is get through Seattle, get through St. Louis, and then by the time we come back after the break, you should be more like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Fingers crossed we can be a lot better this weekend and the following weekend in St. Louis. I'd not like to wait for the break to come out swinging. So, it should be good. We'll do a little bit of outdoors in the little off-week break. It'll be cool. And then, it's only 5 rounds.
Yeah, it's coming down.
It's almost
done.
Almost done. So, what a blast it's been, and be cool to have 2 weekends off of total for the for the series. So, first year of 450s. We're doing it.
2 more quick things. Outdoors, do you feel like you can expect more of yourself in your rookie 450 season? Like, will there be less learning there?
I don't know. You have to stay tuned. A lot of 450 rookie guys do well in their first outdoor series. My brother, obviously, being a great example. He's just really good in general. Ferrandis, a lot of the guys like that step up have been well. But yeah, we'll see. We're still learning. I know what I need to improve on and stuff, and still working. Kind of a year to learn the ropes. I'm a little different to Jett as far as if you just look back at factual stuff in the past with 250s and stuff, you know. So yeah, should be fun, and looking forward to a healthy outdoor season.
Last one, MXGP has started. Can we get an honest sewer update from you?
No, we're very happy. We're very happy. We left Argentina with points. Top 10 was great. We've left there with a black eye. We've left concussions, front flips, Supermans, you name it. We've done it all in Argentina for my boy Jezza. So we left with points. That's a win in my books. We're in Spain this weekend, I believe.
Which hasn't been good to him ever, either.
Spain?
No, well, that track specifically.
Oh, yeah?
I can't remember what happened, but like he's always been shit there. And then last year he was really fast but had food poisoning.
Fuck. All right.
So we're on to the third round.
Look, let's just bring out all our own food. We're going to bring all... We need to eat everything, bring it all from Switzerland.
Chocolate.
Yeah, like whatever. Everything strict Swiss ingredients so we don't get food poisoning. I think another solid top 5, because what do they got, like 32 rounds of MXGP?
57 motos to go.
57 motos to go. There you have it. 57 motos to go. So I think a top 5 is good. Just cut our teeth in, keep learning the new bike, tame the beast, as they say. And yeah, it should be good.
Was this break an inconvenience because you would have liked to keep the momentum going, or did you actually find some use from it?
I mean, kind of both. Like, yeah, you want to keep racing, especially after a win, but we also got to test a little bit more on suspension-wise, and I felt like I got a little bit more comfortable and found something. So yeah, there's pros and cons to it. Yeah, I wish I would have, raced a couple in the break, but also, I didn't get much of an off season, so it was nice to spend some weekends at home with the family and do things around the house.
You say you've made gains with suspension. Where do you notice those gains on the track?
Just a lot more like movement and plushness. You don't really know till you go racing, to be honest with you. But yeah, back at home, it helped out quite a bit. I tested a bunch before Daytona, and yeah, it translated for every one of our tracks back east. And kind of a lot of the other guys went around kind of that direction also. So yeah, it was just good to kind of have that time to get used to it, because I hate changing big things, especially in season when you're racing back-to-back weekends.
How much time did you spend on the 450 in the break?
Yeah, not much, honestly. Not as much as what I would have liked. I only rode it a couple times here and there, mainly outdoors. Yeah, we just got a little bit late, and then I'm like, okay, well, by this time we only have 2 weeks left now, so didn't spend much time on it, but I do have one now, so we'll see kind of as the year goes. Now, I get back east, I'll ride it pretty much every Monday now.
Yeah, because that was what you were excited for in the break, wasn't it? Getting on the 450, maybe testing some stuff on there, helping the other guys. Like, I felt like that was, what you were most excited about.
Yeah, but also it's just didn't really play in the cards. Like, we had a little bit of weather, didn't get to ride too much. I did ride it a little bit, and as soon as I got on it, I noticed something that maybe would have helped Malcolm out, and right away, like, it just kind of sparked a new conversation for him again, to help on starts and whatever else. So yeah, nothing crazy though. Wish I would have spent more time on it.
Are you actually a how would you put it? Would you say you're a better than average test rider?
I mean, I don't know. For myself, yeah. Like, I know what I like. I wouldn't say for someone else, though. It's kind of preference. I'm a pretty basic kind of bike kind of guy, but I don't know. Like I said, I've been around long enough where I know kind of how I like my bike and how to set it up. And I've definitely gotten better with this new bike. Once we got it, kind of what direction I like to go, and now that we have a lot more parts and availability to go to, yeah, who knows? I mean, like I said, I feel like I give really good feedback, and just a little bit that I did do in that break, seems like it helped. And
last one. The points are really close, so it's basically like round one all over again. There's no need for strategy, there's no need for any of that. Do you like that? Do you thrive in that situation where it's essentially winner takes all?
I mean, yeah, I do, but also it's like, man, I started out the season awesome with a win, and then I get hit with a massive mutter. Get set back 2 rounds, kind of got it going again. now it looks like we're gonna have another mutter. But also it's like, look, man, we're here to go racing. Positive mindset all weekend. Like I said, these next 2 races are big, but also, not, too big. Like, stay present, be in the points, try not to lose any more points than where I'm at right now. That Nashville one's going to be huge once we get to the East-West shootout. So keep the points now, or like where they're at, or if not, try to get back in that lead, but also not try to lose any.